Honorable Sir Emasi Lamina, na the member of parliament waiting up under the Coalition for Change Party for constituency 030, wey cover Bense Chiefdom Nakono district. This facility na way for address the people in constraint when they get or get access to toilet facility.
Before prayer, we start the project. The same needs of the people. The continuous cry in another station. The continuous cry in the week. There are 20 toilets when they industry. We feel as a need for them to evacuate them. That will give them 5 rooms for them, 5 rooms for one of them. The plan for conflicts with that visitor when they have public toilets. All this facility will be upheld without the support of the city council. Principal caretaker of the facility so that whoever sustain them, it will stay long.
Honorable Sir Emasi Lamina end up call on the people them for use this facility the proper way so that it no go damage or spoil bad one before 10. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piastri report.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy with Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app. You can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody in like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office in like you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Million Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and we still get at the studio with Wialo Sandarami where they talk on ferry operation na the country as na the own ferry no more day in operation we na the Mahera ferry. It don't they be general manager for the past 13 years and it is sharing experience and self the thing then we continue for be outstanding challenge them for let ferry them continue for run as they used for be before. You don't talk about money where you say for let people that invest in them kind here now one way fine and una the one the way they run ferry them need for spend money. But let we look at the support from the Ministry of Transport way directing under the una fall in terms of transportation. How best support don't they come from government into the sea transportation for ensure say we get more than one ferry where they run and not left onto private individuals?
Based on past experience, as we all know, the government been the run ferry first time, under the Sierra Leone Port Authority. But then we thought and fit say by 2007, for make them go privatize, because the reason being, during the intended day, where ferry get problem, money not even there for maintenance. So past then look back into the port COFA for do the maintenance. So that one day now in bring we come to light. And in fact, I will tell this medium say we have been the only Sierra Leonean company at that time 2007 whereby we own ferry, we have been the great scarces, So by then we have come into the operation. But coming to during, I would say, we've been against serious tussles before, on and off. Okay. Coming now to the present transport ministry, okay. In another way around, we they get support. Because one of the supports we they get, although we need more, because more attention need for paid, to sea transportation, because sea no get branch. We are in, you go see where ferry get problem at the high seas. You go able for go na corner a park, like a motor car. So I really want let the government go turn more attention to see transportation and see how best then go able for help with.
So now, whose current support they go to now, apart from supervisory role?
Yeah, well, like the support what would they get presently is, for an example, when the fuel price, go up, at least they get consultation with them. Then self they thought and fit say, hey, them and they need for do small increments, for make them go able for continue with the operation. Then right now, then they can work with ports, for see that say for let government go subsidize for we, because ferry, ferry now for the common people. For an example, 6,000 leones one way. Where you go Aberdeen at $40. That $40 then up to 100 people you go able for pay for na the ferry. So then CFCM say we they really do a lot of sacrifice. So we they in church with them now for make them go see how best then go do for subsidize for we. So also for get another ferry, like the past administration, we will begin work out on something, but it not been go down well because the problem we're facing at this country now these kickbacks.
So is it something like waiting so on a bit work out for get another ferry?
Yes, we've been there on that. When my boss been don't even go na Greece, he go get another ferry. By then, EcoBank been ready for loan we only need small thing from the then government, but it not be materialized.
So why not be one go to that extent the way already we know say the Nasit ferry na one way they on standby though with few problem. Why not rather choose for go into Nasit ferry we already there?
Well, the Nasit ferry actually we been say we stand a chance for go in for her and we been go in for her. But unfortunately, along the way, some issues then because we go into the procurement when I've been September 18, 2018, we go into the procurement with another company where we not even know the company because we not ever operate ferry in this country. In fact, at the start of the procurement, then say for be a Sierra Leonean company, therefore don't run ferry at least for 5 years. And we are the only Sierra Leonean company where they into ferry business. But going along the way, the team being for change back said and they invite international bidders. Even with that, the company being scored 67%, the other company scored 33%, then they being for put the process on hold.
So now this one ferry in operation, when at the Mahera ferry, concerns become again from the public with issues we get for do with keeping to time in terms of the schedule, where people don't know say ferry they move this time at times and say they go, they know they get the ferry. Waiting at the problem with the schedule.
My sister, if I tell you, if you did done, you go sorry for people them. You see, the delay for take action on this ferry issue, it don't be a call or a call for concern, especially for the government.
What that for take action with the delay?
Well, I need actually for let the government come in, let them investigate why this ferry they run away na the Nasit ferry. Because
no, they talk now about the Mahera ferry.
Yeah, I know. Wait, another you talk of the schedule. Why people them?
The schedule. For
yes, now another they can. When two ferry they run, we get before the COVID, they run 5 trips per day. So during the COVID, we reduce them to 3 trips per day. So now, tell me through where one ferry they run, how we go able for cover. What you make where are just being for reach on that side. If you go, you see how people in the strain for ferry, tears go run your eyes. Because waiting do. Some people, for an example, now this is not rainy season, right? Some people, they not use for load na wooden boats or speed boats. Then they're afraid. But the ferry is well safe. We're not go able for run the schedule for satisfy everybody.
So how the current schedule stand?
Okay, now how the schedule day, where we dey operate to as one. For an example, we been dey do 3 trips, now they do 6. How we dey do them? From Monday to Saturday, the ferry they start from Tagreen, 8 o'clock in the morning from Tagreen, 11 o'clock from Kisii, 2 o'clock from Tagreen, 4 o'clock from Kisii, 6 o'clock from Tagreen as last ferry, then 8 o'clock from Kisii as last ferry for go sleep na Tagreen. But if it happens, say Brussels the day, for an example now, for the past 3 weeks, Brussels they count 110 per week, like Friday. So like Friday, instead of 6 trips, we they do 8. So you see how they strain, you see the constraints of the facing.
Looking at the breakdown of timing where you just give, how effective the time may be. For example, if when I saw the live return for Golunge, if when I say at 6 o'clock every time on a meet up to that time day, because one thing we don't come out clearly na that on a go don't tell people and say 6 o'clock, but on a go delay 2 hours.
Well, if it's so delay, the only time where they delay now where Brussels they come.
Now in all cases it can be so.
No. Now, only where we they get Brussels flight, would they add that one trip, especially where would they expect VIPs then, because, you know, now the flights, they come around 8 to 9 o'clock.
So that's the cause the delay?
Yes, only.
But on a need for delay for VIP, then where they can compare to the larger population, we can want for use the ferry?
Thank you. So how will they do them? Until the schedule what would they pull now 6 o'clock, 9 last ferry from Tagreen. So what we can do, because the coffee now 11 o'clock. So what will they do when Brussels the last ferry for the passengers from Tagreen would they extend down to 6:30. Then when we reach Kisii, would they load from Kisii, we'll go wait for the flight. So at times we not left Tagreen, sometimes then 10:30 to 11. But like that day, it can be say, now you know, like where people and they go take lily body, some man on for round, some man go on for sleep day. But they make the announcement to the people and say, for the public, the ferry for that day na 6:30.
Now, whose means of whose mode can use for make this announcement? Because most times not everybody can get the announcement so can don't make. While people they prepare say, I they go for go take this ferry. Una don't make announcements and no. How una they do the announcement?
Now we they do on board the ferry, because if you don't load na the ferry, you know say you get for return at 6 o'clock. So when we make the announcement, you go rush off for come meet up 6 o'clock or 6:30. So pass if it be say what you go for, you're not able for do am, then if you don't hear the announcement say the ferry they wait for the flight, then you go able for wait, you can't join the ferry.
All right, continue for the with Twin at the studio, Lucinda. We'll come back to you.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and inside the program now we dey look at one of the headlines to read them. Outside the head of media na the Salon Police. Superintendent Ibrahim Kamara say police arrest one police officer because he alleged say a rape 7-year-old girl Pekin. Superintendent Ibrahim Kamara talk more to Wani Gauja inside this interview.
Yeah, we receive a report where we take very seriously. We get for do with one of our personnel. The car report say involved in sexual penetration of somebody in 7 years, and marker report. And so we try to follow due process at the procedure we need to follow by making sure that we record the report and try for take statement from eyewitnesses or anybody who get any knowledge about what happened, and then issue medical request form to for legal for treatment. So we do all around it, and moving forward, we also get for ensure say we get for put the policeman under arrest, say and do the thing as per law required, and take statement from him contemporaneously.
So what's the relationship with this OSD and the Pekin?
I understand say the OSD then post and Konode, and they don't they work on that side even the work, and from the report they say in rapport with the community members, say very cordial. So which means they don't get that kind of close discussions with every other person where somebody go get mindset for even trust in Pekin or for make let Pekin in care for look after. But not that saying the Pekin, but you see the relationship with the community members according to the report seem and be very, very cordial.
So how we get access to the Pekin?
Well, because it didn't the community, the Pikin said in the community, I should say, na them send. Go then go say, send you go and go do this, go do that for me. Just like how in the be 20 normal situation where somebody they send somebody. So now that kind of stuff.
What are the status of the Pikin?
Well, they under treatment, supposedly but to do with impairing them. Whatever happens after, if they need them for further. I don't know. I'm not a medical man. I don't know how for medically put them. But the fact remains, they don't go check them, and there is a report that sexually penetrated.
So from reports, way una don't get or una don't get that. Is it that not see they frequently do with the Pikin on a one-day encounter again with the Pikin?
It's a pretty tricky and difficult one. We only get report for this one where we deal with. We're not getting other report or antecedents for say this may not happen.
So what's now the status of this policeman as we speak?
One is been suspended from duty, they work again. And because, whether it be police or whoever, the law says every man is presumed to be innocent until that individual is found guilty by a competent court of law. So if you don't have a policeman, we still assume himself innocent. And that make we do everything we're supposed to do as police officers by conducting thorough investigation. But the file we don't move now, the file is free to it's a completed file now. Now for just taken out to the office of the DPP, for we get advice based on the facts where we don't get us so far.
So you say the file long move come fit on the man self don't come here for further investigation.
As the file come, he said they come with the file because we get two processes. If you do something where they allege a criminal or not not good for let you do, apart from the fact say we get the national law where say for do ABC. So they don't go against that law. We also, within the police force, we get we own internal control mechanisms. And one way we will checkmate the excesses of police officers to make sure we take them through disciplinary investigation and then take them through the tribunal. And then if we face a case against them, it will either be dismissed or it will be transferred or as the case may be. So we all those two track approach. We get the court tune, we also get the how to do with the police.
So at now stage,
well, if I go to a tribunal, police tribunal, if I go determine whether the allegations against them very strong, before warrant police for say, well, you're going to leave us, go, because at the end of the day, you have to go attend court.
So that means you're not done with the investigation, I mean?
Yeah, the investigation at the lower level done. So now we expect for the matter go to tribunal, for them to go present the facts now tribunal, and then after which, if waiting come out of the decision of the presiding officer, then it will be forwarded to the Inspector General or a designated authority, and the recommendation will be whether we accept them or otherwise.
So as we speak now, this man they now on custody or is they on bail?
No, we're not again bail. They're on custody because it's not different from any other person. Any other person with allegation against them for sexual penetration, we normally detain them. So let not be when a policeman, they will put on bail. Not on bail. He done suspension and then he denied the custody of the police.
So when then go charge this matter go court?
But with the hope, say, the sooner the office of the DPP finish up with them, and whatever instruction we give or legal advice we give or directive we give, we will follow that directive.
So in terms of protection, the Pikin protected in parents them?
They are not under threat for now, and we hope say we'll continue for the under threats.
Well, that's how the head of media at the Salon Police, Superintendent Brema Kamara, say police do arrest and suspend one police officer because they allege say he raped one 7-year-old girl Pikin. Well, able to talk to Boda Ichide inside one interview to Wani Gauja. The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and now we go for a break.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salon Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Like we savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up but not alone. Okono Kenema, we dey. Kabala Mabogo Kakambia, we dey. Jala Freetown Lonsa, we dey. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na salon for me. Union Salon Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. Any side you listen, send your message or comments to the number 0779819181, or you go on our Facebook page on www.letsgetitdemocracy.sl. We will bring this edition come to you this morning. My name is Sapti Yukalon.
And Mabel Cabana, forget to use for the listen the program can add your voice to them we will discuss. So the official number 0779819181, or go now Radio Democracy Facebook and YouTube page and follow we as we stream live now. You can also use the official number 0779819181, save on your phone so that if you get smartphone, you'll be able to be part of the Radio Democracy fan zone. We continue with the program, and today now the program we look at issues we get for do we challenge where people only get for use the ferry way they run now. Well, as then concern continue, Radio Democracy Musa Kamara go work at the ferry terminal and put his report together.
One of the way them for travel between Freetown and Lunge now through the sea, where plenty time people where they use this route, they use ferry service. But the situation on this means of transportation, that this BNTM now that now one ferry they run, and plenty people they get challenged for cross over Lunge and serve from Freetown, as some people they Freetown where they work na Lunge, and some people they Lunge where they attend school at Freetown and self they do them business at Freetown on the daily basis. But then people here can get plenty challenge for cross. Well, what's in some of them challenge we can't down na the Kisi ferry terminal for get from the people in first hand where they face the challenge. And my first point now outside the ferry they try for life some minutes after 4. Now the time the ferry don't left now for go. And plenty people come don't miss the ferry, and then people we don't miss this ferry get for wait for 8 o'clock ferry, or else you go take speedboat or you take pampa where then they pay plenty copper for under the rain and save plenty breeze where this don't cause accidents for people where they use this means of transportation. But according to them, they don't get option, but they get for use this kind of transportation for go Balunge because the ferry service now only one ferry. We see Misam, they get for wait 5 or 6 hours before he able to cross over to Lunge. Well, I come down na the place we said they take the speedboats them and pampa. I come join one of the pampa them where they prepare now for go over Lunge and serve to Pepel end.
They suffer right now under inside the boats then. Take the boats no left it. They suffer pass mark. Tell the regions no all pass go and one body then. Papa government. You are put on a make for we the ferry there if not make a ugo like in.
Somebody go say this na rain season, so you the soak. Why you decide for use boat instead of ferry?
Because of we na business people then now one go some of we not get people the way they lodge we na Toya. And ferry you don't count no meter, I don't go and I want great ferry. Now the sufferness is so they get. Do you have na help we?
Le kono na ludi ferry them pack banda more than 2 or 3 all people they all pack. So now we they talk now to the government for me they go able support for me they tell for do something because thousands of people where they come inside Freetown for kind business people and we call come in at the school. And I can have a common seat so you see the constraint and no more where I can no more can do. So I tell no more for me government will do something very fast for they are.
The challenge is as they say them Boku would they suffer because the ferry now one. And we main concern would they plead to the government that then go help we make them ferry so that the expenditure will be minimized.
What are some of the challenges that they face, like for instance, if they on the arena or other things, how often you can do this?
Well, all the time. Immediately I miss the ferry at the take boat and rain can come with the soak. Like right now, you say when they do the interview, they soak with we inside the boat. You see, so now some of the consider the load, then they soak, then they boil. Well, at the big Papa government that then go try see about the ferry them and then go help put so 2 ferry go run, then constraints here go reduce.
Yes, you can tell people like the challenge they want to get.
We get challenges to God. This place here, and this boat business I don't know we. Oh, they come with the stream for load, with the stream for commodities. And with the pay over under, with the pay over back again for put you up, for put you down, with the pay. Then again back again, ferry business again. The ferry at times with the student, today 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, ferry they come. And boats online, I reach no more. I reach no more. At times, I can rough so. But we know they pass because I Lunge with the use now. I don't get place. And that's make no more. So there, if you wait for help, let help you for now flow up and this year. Yeah, if you ferry self, you buy and say, buy ferry. If you can't wait self, men help you for now blow up and this struggle. Now we struggle so. Oh, one cross go over Lunge like if I like say for go my Kenny self. You can't wait to spend it too much. That's too much, yeah.
Well, from them passenger them na the Pampa Aka na the ferry point, we say people they wait from now to 8 o'clock for the next ferry. As the set of people here, they still patient.
They stay for the ferry because this one ferry what they use. They suffer a lot. If we can't meet rain, we soak under rain before we able go. So right now, like Pusa has done so now, cold they feel so because I don't deal so and they can't.
So when they tell you say na the next ferry because now na the waiting holiday so.
No, work. Now ask for the next ferry. How much o'clock in the camp? Me just don't sit down on allow wait. Stay the time when they come. Then I travel I go.
From today where I come, I don't pass 3 hours now. No, we get ferry for gross. So I not feel happy for that.
So that's where it can always be.
Now, so the situation can be. But if it's for passenger can, anytime we want cross, make go school. If you get for go do something for can, you do I come back.
Who stand and tell you say na the next ferry?
Not be really no next ferry.
Well, as he gets from the last person we I talked to, you don't spend about 3 hours, then you not even know the hours them we get for spend again before you get access to ferry for go over Lunge. Even though they can say time na money, but that's not so the situation for passengers them way they left from Freetown to Lunge and from Lunge to Freetown. If you want to go quick, you get for risk your life now boats where rain they come everyone like this. From the Kisi Terminal for the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara.
Salon continue and hope say you don't get a message inside our music day by Lady Felicia Salona we country. Well, inside the studio with we still get Alosain Darami, we are the general manager for ferry operation at Salon and also for MV Mahera. Mr. Darami, before we go for the break, we will talk about mode of communication. But before we come to that, you just listen to concern of people where they take ferry every day from Freetown to Lunge and all, and they emphasize so much on delay in terms of timing, like they get for 3 hours and so before they able get ferry. In that area, they waiting really be the problem? For let people don't know saying a 4 o'clock ferry for left, then we then go then get for wait up to 3 hours.
Okay. To start with, a blessing for this country for le Maleke we dey into ferry operation. Also go start off. Even some of una with the cross center una they see. Always, as long as the ferry dey in operation, me two directors them always then at the ground for make sure say things go the right way. Now, like the scheduled way I've been really announced, where I've been telling una gist now on that schedule they operate. Sometimes the person they talk of the 3 to 4 hours because if you don't miss the 11 o'clock ferry from Freetown, then the next ferry from Freetown at 4 o'clock.
But the people then can know the exact time. Una can communicate and
yes. Yeah, in fact, we even get scheduled where we pull out. We get some radio stations, them like Galaxy, SLBC, where then they do the announcement.
Every day now it be for the fact that now not just one ferry, they mean say the schedule not too stable. It get for this way because now we don't say 4, but because now one is until now get small delay. How effective in communication ya can be?
Actually, we they make sure say every day we they do the announcements on board the ferry. But now let me tell you something. If person come out with a first ferry from Lunge, he can't Freetown for can by for he not going to meet up the 11 o'clock ferry past 4 o'clock. And some man where he can come, he not able to be away past he go use the wooden boats. So now a concern, even we, if I tell you, they go extra mile now because of the suffering of the people. Here we know they look for the money. They look, but we say no go able for do more than waiting we they do so. Because we say we get for rest, the engines then
you
need
say
for
not
rest.
look for money, but na business na they run.
Yeah, na business they run, but the passion what we get for the people then, because let me tell you this, we can arrange with scheduled say, low wait, oh don't get us so much, then we go. No.
So at this time, now waiting different for happen. We like go put a rest to the challenge them where people they get in terms of ferries.
Well, it's like past we get forget another ferry in operation. For an example, not to just Kisii route alone. No, we not forget the government WAF route. Because government WAF, if ferry they run from there, that they come on Western and Central. Now they go. Then that's when the Kisii ferry go only there for Eastern. You see? But now Western, Central, Eastern, everybody, they converge. Now that one green side away, now the terminal. You know, as I've been the earlier say, if when flights they come, a pathetic way one ferry they run. You understand? And we can't do much. We get a capacity. We get vehicle capacity. We get passengers capacity.
When they see the other water taxi there, the way they run, like, then fairly okay with waiting and they do, and it hardly follow you go and say, oh, then get change of time, then get breakdown or waiting. We they see then they go with the operation fairly good. Waiting really for happen in terms of maintaining sometimes the one ferry or we get another ferry. Is it that we know they see private people really want for invest for get a ferry running?
Yeah, that's now one big challenge where we actually get. You know, we not to just the private sector we they look at. You understand? If you look, already one ferry day, we're almost in. Even also in this, when I boil it on the boil, so because like the last information what I get, after World Bank don't spend over $600,000. Now also it team up, they don't even develop mechanical problem. Where the last survey where they do pan the ferry, before it they run back, you need back up to $200,000 for repair them before back it they run. $200,000 is over 2 billion leon. So it don't make sense.
So money not there because una and then same people how they run the other ferry them. They go like for maintenance at the same side, but at the end of the day, some of them not able to come back alive. Now waiting at the problem.
Well, as I be earlier say back, the one challenge what we get from USA with the maintenance is now the cost of maintenance. You know, I can still remember the last time we would go cradle, because so they call the marine slipway. You know, for 3 days we spend well up to 200 million leons just for 3 days maintenance. So how much now? If you they go for 1 month, you they go for 2 months. You know, because marine spare parts then they know they pass you order. So this now I make the call on government to really let them really try for help we in some areas, because looking at the exchange rates you get for order, you know, it really not easy on we. So we really want the help of government also on that side for at least let the maintenance cost go reduce so that we say we able for the do.
Okay. Okay, continue for the with we Alosain Daramo. They come back to you, but now inside the program, we then go for a commercial break.
GhanaSongs.org. They causing confusion.
But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look him block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life, and extra yield cement we are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall, and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
Rokel Commercial Bank don't make a de waka with me bank na me phone. Rokel Commercial Bank go make you de waka with you bank na you phone. They been come with SIM Corpo and now they don't increase the facility. For sure say na them na the Alagba banking business na now they don't come with SIM Corpo Plus. They don't come with SIM Corpo Plus. This service go allow you for send money to person where they salon anytime you want. It no matter the mobile company where you there. As you send me go get some quick one. What's na inside salon you there? The money go reach you. It no matter if you there na the east, west, north, south. So secure then you go na Google Play Store and search for the app SIM Corpo Plus. I say download them. Follow the instructions and register your device. The process no long now if you reach 2 minutes. When you done the bank go send message na your phone. For confirm say na your phone number bang bang. Enjoy e-Corpo and more facilities. SIM Corpo Plus e come for we all. You dey na city or village just na salon you dey. You e-Corpo go reach you dey. Heads up top up safe now they under the facility. With e-Corpo you can cash out your money from any local commercial bank agent or branch all around the country.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue and we they look at more issue na the program after we the defense team for Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare say then they go na the appeal court because they not agree with the ruling where Justice Samuel Otelogi, the lead lawyer for Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare, Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, say according to the prison officer them, then say Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare been for them na the male correctional center and whopping aid and in all well. Well, for more on this case, we go join with court reporter Usman Kamara.
August 19 na the second term, where Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare and Marion Aruni be appear in a court for answer to alleged sexual penetration case. And during that same day, the judge, Justice Samuel Otelogi ruling say, na Judge Wangreen go look inside this case. But this particular ruling, the defense team for Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare and Marion Aruni no mean glad with them. August 26, this alleged sexual penetration case been come up back na court. Usa one pa the lawyer them, where the team up for Mohamed Kamarimba Mansare, lawyer Eko Oma say the defense team they go court of appeal because they not glad with the ruling where Justice Samuel Otelogi for make Judge Wangreen look inside this matter. Lawyer Eko Oma Semweso say the reason for this na because they want make justice comot inside this case, so they want for make jurors them be part of this case. And say, the states go dey come with witness them, tell the Court of Appeal they look inside the ruling where they not glad with. After all this application by lawyer Ekroma, the judge, Justice Samuel Otelo, be asked the state prosecutor, Umu Sumari, if he gets for respond to this application. And he been say, the decision where the defense team don't take go frustrate them work and slow the case. So he say make the defense team think before they take any kind decision. And say, then get all them witness them ready for begin talk inside this case. Where he mean they address the state prosecutor and defense team for Mohamed Kamari Mamansare and Marion Aruni, Justice Samuel Otelo say the defense team gets right for going to Court of Appeal if they're not glady, because not in case. But as this case to carry on, Mohamed Kamari Mamansare mini grab and team up quick, we make the judge ask waiting happen, and lawyer Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi be reply say, according to the prison officer them, then say Mohamed Kamari Mamansare been for done at the Male Correctional Center and Wapping Aid, so he say he know well. We make the judge ask Mohamed Kamari Mamansare for Sidom. After all this, Justice Samuel Otelo be adjourned this case to Friday, August 28th this year, 10 o'clock in the morning, where the first witness go begin talking at court. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and inside the program we dey look at another issue. The assistant chair lady for Mowaf community within at the eastern part of Freetown, Zainab Injai say because of the Ebigen we come Tuesday, August 25 this year na net, they make Dotty court and for them 160-year-old woman in Kilam. Zainab Injai talk this during one work away the Office of National Security ONS go do na this community and go do also na Poti and Congo Coast community. Also then go do assessment registration for know the kind damage them where the gain don't cause to people them we tap na the community yeah. Princess Piers be the part of this and go now report.
The number of life them when on the lost and disaster na salon plenty and property then safe, including hosts and other infrastructural development, where this na as result of disaster. One part the common disaster waking up in a saloon during rainy season na flooding, mudslide and breeze. As every rainy season, disaster can plenty na Freetown.
Around 2 o'clock, when they help for go pray, I did down at the old Alwala, now I ready Dotty court.
That voice that we just listen to, na Zainab Injai, when na the assistant chair lady, na the Moaf community, na the eastern parts na free.
Tax Papa government, let them pray, no make it. We pass over 400.
Apart from Moaf community, still na the eastern parts na Freetown, people them where they live na the Poti community, wait up by Right Street, self may explain to me their own experience.
So yesterday, the rain back there first time, it did all that. That's what the commander do with the sit down. So yesterday morning back, now come out, see the rain, now tell me people now come out. I see them all the things that we work so, now the number better to come out with, you can't sit down. We sit down, that sit down there now. Now we begin to see the place they crack. I see they crack before they remember. You don't fall down, sit down, go down. So now they sit down, so now we're going to help we will get peace, which be family help.
Right now, this is not going to the government, so organization, they made help we, and I help them, I bet you deserve no want help. You gotta make for we or remember what I say.
They don't go beyond now, we're not going to be able to settle again by ourselves again. This we need the government to help now. Because it's really still happening, we take and see small. But the time you don't go now, you don't go beyond, you're not able to do nothing again. Almost 5 hours now, 9 don't go so now. All things close them things, all things they say. Not nothing because unexpected thing.
Mr. Since morning yesterday, we dey under this rain, the close one work now, you know my bets are there with, and not pull nothing. There with the big Papa government, so they help we.
But plenty time, when they continue to happen, plenty people can point on by the Office of National Security ONS Disaster Unit, as they can say, they don't do their work. With this, according to one member of the disaster department, Omar Usise say, this not true.
We get volunteers them who train for the GUI update, and that update say they warrant early warning. Most of the volunteers them can do that, and when they do that, and GUI update, we know this in our office. We come straight away, we watch wetin happen and wetin get for happen, we give we expert advice say, well, this na so na left here. But as you know the attitude of Sierra Leonean, but when you tell person say left here, you go begin say outside government dey go with me. You as the person gets the honors first for saving your life.
But wetin next from the Office of National Security for sake of this incident? Umar Usise be explain.
When they don display so now, we don come, we do registration now. At the moment we do registration for know the number of people wey affected, including pikin dem, woman dem, people who get belle woman dem, or people or person dey suckle. We not can take decision as ONS say no more whether all this still happen. So when they are all move them one side, so the government can go because we get partners there who they work with, where they support where they support government. Them partners there, each one get enrolled where they play na disaster. Get partners them when the disaster happen, they say okay, they take care of the kingdom. Disaster happen, they say okay, will they help with location. So when they go now, we call them into meeting, we project what we pull here, so then will come in, how we will help them.
As we still inside rainy season, where mudslide and flooding can happen, the Office of National Security ONS still a call on people for comot aside them wey prone to disaster. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piasley reports.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue and I don't send on a text message them for be part of the programming as well. Now the Radio Democracy Facebook page, you they look at message them on I don't send this very first one from the text line say all the money spent on repairs of these ferries over the years make little or no sense. Why not raise funds to procure a brand new ferry?
This other message here, they say ferry crossing has become a major challenge for the people of Lunge. Traders find it difficult to transport their goods to Freetown as a result of one ferry. This is worrisome.
Alright, this other one from Akman's on the Facebook page. It say our people are still suffering for ferry. It's a big shame and sickening upon all the 10 years of previous governments with the agenda for prosperity and over the 2 years of the present government, our people are still suffering for ferry.
Another message here, they say people who use ferry every day because of business work are really taking risks because even the current ferry that is operating is all unjust managing.
It's Mohamed Kamara on Facebook. He said the two main political parties are really responsible for the suffering of the people and the backwardness of the country. ABK government delayed the construction of the new airport for election gains, and the Pauper government cancelled the agreement for the construction of the airport and to replace by building a bridge across the country. The struggle continues.
More message inside the program, and this one they say the ferry operations needs to be privatized because government support to the ferry operation is unsustainable.
Right, this other one say, Mr. Losandara, may please teach your colleagues how to catch fish towards maintenance in the ferry. Please don't allow selfishness to overtake. A comment from MOD.
This other one they say the only ferry that is operating sometimes delay people because of certain personality, which is so unfair.
This other one says, as a frequent traveler, I want to say thanks to the Mahara management for their services. But their services, it's not easy, but at least they are managing with the one ferry. Papa government, please pay attention. The people are suffering. When it's raining, people are really suffering. It comes out from PW Davis.
More message inside the program, and this one they say it's such a shame to know that the whole country is only operating on one ferry, and even with that, there are so many challenges that people are going through.
Max Shallow, they say, where is all the money that the ferry is generating? How government go help? They can't manage the resources that come from the ferry. The management of the ferry are not doing well.
This other message, they say if there is much support and interest in sea transportation, trust me, all these challenges will not be that visible. But much attention is not on the ferry, and the ferry that is operating put proper service in place mostly when they know certain personalities are going to use it.
Alright, this other message they ask is a ferry operation based on flight schedule or it's for the general use of all?
This last one, when we go take, they say we need more ferries. people in Lunge part, the number of people living in Lunge community are increasing, and also we have children and other people who are going to schools and work. More ferries needed because the one that is running, trust me, is not 100% safe because they are the only one in operation right now, and because of that, it's under overuse.
All right, well, from the message, and we will come over to studio guests. But quickly, I go read this one. We say, where the people from Lunge are suffering. I hope the government will provide for us the bridge that will connect Freetown to Lunge, come out from Kalamu na Percival Street. And we will come over to you, Alusain Darami, for response to the concern the way people raised so far at the program this morning.
Yeah, I tell Una thank you, then I tell all the Texas then thank you. You know, this don't show see this country will grow. Actually, like the one way talk about the concern, say the deposit they get from the ferry operation, you know, for buy another ferry, you know. Again, for no frustrating at the cost of ferry, but I know say plenty people and they don't know about that. So as I can say, we alone not go able for do we need support from government. And like the one way they talk about for let government go put more premium on sea transportation, especially when at the ferry, yes, and it very, very important because that it makes so we all the strain, you know, for law we day at the 21st century up to now the strain for ferry business. You know, we say we not really want that because we as MEO management we really as I say we get a lot of challenges so they're facing, you know, for keep the ferry running. As I can say back, we're not able to satisfy everybody according to the schedule where one ferry they run. And the schedule will not prepare them alone for flight. You know, like during the lockdown, government's been saying and say people in the strain over Lunge, so waiting and do, we get for a whole series of meetings with the transport ministry. Like a monthly basis, we've been they do something like 155 trips per month. So then talk to we for let with the transport goods so that food stuff not go down Lunge because for the past 3 days where the operation been closed, a bag of rice been go above 300,000, a bag of cement been go above 100,000. So we've been there for sit together with the ministry. We agree. So it's like then they will be they do one trip per week. So and the operation, as we all know, we get a lot of challenges where it comes to the maintenance. Like the one we say for we colleagues them. You know, as I say, this now competition. For an example, we go genuinely sometimes we go on for give them advice. They're not going to take the advice because like right now, even the problems they way then they get, some people away no know them go even take her in another way. But we genuinely, if they meet we for let we go give them advice, you know, we go pull them from them problem there. We ready for one. You see, because we say if we now one ferry, so they get a lot of constraints. And the ferry schedule, not so we not they put ferry special say or with the maintenance and just because where we they get VIP trips. You know, if I tell you now, the only thing is just good that the vice president they use the ferry now. Then if at one time the chief minister use them, they will get other ministers then where they use them. Then one other thing, when the Indian vice president came at this country, you know, he used the seabird or sea coach. On the way returning, you know, like waiting past Sultana Sea, you know, they meet foreign affairs minister straight. So now they call we to a meeting for law will go provide the ferry for them. Then go inspect, then satisfied with the ferry. So we'll be able to do that trip there. I will say now a plus for for this country. We dey try for maintain, but it's like as we dey say, we say we get a lot of constraint because we here, we no dey look for money alone. We dey look for the service where we dey provide for the people them, for long we go keep on providing this service, let it not come to a standstill. For an example, if that ferry dey gets breakdown now, the whole country don't shut down on ferry issue. Now that thing everybody go begin run here and there.